Hello farmers, you're welcome back to our YouTube channel. Last week I went to get 2 goats and 1 ram for one of my subscribers. I'm so sorry I didn't go along with my camera, so I couldn't make any video of the market. I couldn't tell how the market looked like, the goats and the ram they have over there. They also have cattle, they have cows as we call it in Nigeria. So we have some of it there. You have the little one you can buy, the baby you can buy to raise. You have the matured animal you can still buy from there to cross the one you have in your own farm. So but before I go into this video, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get notified when next we drop a new content for you. On going there, I have different experience that are different from the one that I have before, because when going there I discovered that I spent more than I should on transportation. So when coming back to, all I spent is still more than what I spent while going. I have to transport both the goat and the ram all together, so the money I spent for their transportation is so high. And things are high in Nigeria now, so prices of everything inflated, including the price of transportation in Nigeria. So the price increases. So I have experience about that too. If you want to go and get your goat from any place, you should think about the transportation fee first before you go to buy the goat or whatever animal it is. The number two experience is the price. I actually went there with the mindset of getting goat of 20,000 naira, but unfortunately when I reached there the price is different, and I prepared 50,000 naira to get a ram. So when I got there the price is different. Actually, when I reached the market with the farm doctor, I got to meet some people there. There are some elderly Yoruba men there that will assist you to negotiate with the Hausa people that are there, because the market is Hausa market. They are the ones selling there, but we still have some elderly Yoruba men that are there to assist people that cannot connect with them in Hausa language, and they will still help you to negotiate the market and buy you good breed of goat or the ram or any animal you want there. But in that market, what they sell most is the goat, they sell ram, they sell akatu too. So I don't know if we can still get any other thing, but that is what they sell basically. Firstly, I pointed to one ram thinking it would be below 50,000 naira as of before, but it was said to be 120,000 naira. So I wasn't prepared for that, so I have to go for another choice. I pointed to so many. We have the one of 150,000 naira there, we have the one of 200,000 naira there. I'm so sorry that I couldn't even make a video about the market and how the animal looked like there. I believe next time I will still go there, and I promise once I go there, once I reach there, I'll make a video of the place and you'll see how many the animals are and how big some are among them. So I couldn't buy until I check. Actually, I walk around the whole market to finally find the one I bought for 60,000 naira. So I bought this goat because it is a good breed and it still look young. So when we are keeping them, when we keep feeding them, it will still grow and become a very bigger ram in the future. So the ram can still grow more. It is not like some ram that have already grew and they have reached their final stage. All they can just do is to add up weight or to have a thicker skin. But this goat is big, is huge, and it still have the body to, it still look young. So that means it can still grow bigger and add up more weight. And the goats that I got, I actually bought two, like I told you. So two of the goats are 45,000 naira. So both of them have weight and they are very, very strong. So I told you that I prepared for 20,000 naira, but I bought the one of 45 to buy. I actually have to go for a better choice instead of buying rubbish. So the goat I bought, if you go to the market there, you can see the one that are already castrated. Some of the castrated goats have more weight with lesser price, and some of it have little weight and stature with high prices too. We just have them different, but the one that are not castrated are the ones that are expensive because of their value, but I didn't go for the one that are already castrated. Although what we want to use this goat for is different, but I have to buy a complete goat for the person that owns it. Possibly he may change his mind to rear them continuously, and possibly he may decide to kill the goat and eat. So but the purpose of buying the goat is for his own consumption, but I go for the complete one, for the one that are yet castrated. The breed of this goat is very good. As you still look them, they look mature, but they are not yet old. They can still add up more weight, because I still see the one that I can't even afford at that moment, that are of the same breed, that are bigger and higher than the one that I bought. So I choose this one, and as time goes on, if I continue feeding them, they are going to do very well. What are my experience when I brought them home? Immediately I brought them home, actually I have to let them rest. This is what all farmers that are transporting animal from one places to another, this is what you should do. Cultivate the habit of letting your animal to rest whenever time you take them to their destination. If you reach your destination, all you need to do is to release your animal, ease them, and allow them to rest, so that you can now take the next step. After resting, I give them water to drink. After they drink water, then I made a provision of food for them. But actually, when I came, another experience I have about them is they couldn't eat leaf, because I didn't provide food for them before I brought them home, but I took them to the fields to eat grasses. Normally that is animal, they may feed on grass, but but they couldn't eat the grass, because what they are feeding on in the place they are before is different from what I intend to give them when I brought them to the farm. So they couldn't eat it very well, and we will force them to eat. They are not eating. So the very second day, this animal look weak due to the stress and due to lack of food, and they actually reduce in weight. So I rush down to where I can get the feed. So I get wheat, and I get PKC, which is palm kernel cake. I get it, and I get a salt. So with water, I will tell you how you can do it and how you can feed your goat later in the video. So I get all these things. These are the things they eat, and if you still see soya bean to add to it, is still part of it, but the wheat and the PKC is still better. I get it together, and I started feeding them with it. So immediately I noticed they are weak. I called the farm doctor I'm using in our own farm, because I didn't take them to our farm. I keep them with the farm doctor too. So and the farm doctor is not around, so I have to call the farm doctor immediately to come and take care of the goats. So he took care of them, he injects them, give them anti-stress, and give them every other necessary treatment, and the goats look healthy. As you can see them in the video, they look very healthy. How can you feed your goats with PKC and the wheat brown plus the salt? What is the essence of using the salt, and why adding up water to the feed? Now this is it. Let me explain it to you. We use the PKC, we use the wheat brown, so all together, you know, all this the wheat brown is dry, very very dry. If your goats are feeding on wheat brown, so their mouth up here, it will be inside that wheat brown. The wheat brown will be in their nose too, so that will be making them to be sneezing. So from there they may have catarrh. So that is the reason why we decided to add little more water to make it bind together, so that even if they put it in their mouth, it won't stay on their nose. So we sort that area out already. So how do you prepare this thing? After you measure the amount of wheat brown you want to use, so you measure the amount of PKC you want to use as well, so you put it together. Then you can put the salt on the feed you measure, or you put it in the water you are going to apply to the feed, either both of it. So you put the measure just little water. Why do we need to use the salt? We use the salt to make the food tasty. Goat and ram, even cattle, they like licking salt. It doesn't have anything to do in their body system. It is very good for their health, but don't let it to be too much, and it shouldn't be all the time. So the reason why we are using salt is because the food have to be tasty for them to eat much of it. That was the reason why we add salt to it. So after adding salt to it, then you can now mix it together, you stir it together and let it bind together. You let the water bind everything together. You can now from there serve them. Actually, you can use any other this thing, like I told you. You can get your soya bean and add to it and lots more, but this is what I give to my goat here. And in Addota Farm, what we give to them too is wheat bran plus other grasses. And sometimes they get tired of eating the wheat bran and the PKC, so I take them to the feed to eat fresh grass. So that too is part of it, and it will add more protein and more fat to their body. So this is how I've been feeding them, and they have been healthy since I brought them to this place. Don't forget to give your goats water. Goats drink enough water, though they don't drink much of this water, but you have to give them enough water so that they can drink to their own satisfaction. This is one area you can use to make your goats to be healthy. Water is very, very essential in their life, and it is good for you to give them enough water. Possibly sometimes you can just add small salt to the water to make it tasty for them to drink much of it too. It is still good. Now, what is my advice to everybody that is watching me? My advice to you is, if you choose goat farming, it is a profitable farming. If you choose ram farming, it is a profitable farming. For me to get that ram at 60,000 naira, before that ram should be between 30 to 40,000 naira. But you can see the difference. Things have changed. My brother talked about ram, and I'm telling you again, if you can buy ram during Ramadan season, people will patronize you and they will buy it from you. That is when you are going to sell. And much people possibly may still come to ask for this ram, and they will buy from you. And people may still connect them to you. They will come and buy from you. It doesn't have to do with Ramadan period only. So far you have enough ram in your farm, and you will get some sheep that will be helping you to be producing more. That is business. So, and you have good breed of ram in your farm to be crossing the one you have. So you have different breed of ram you can use, but don't worry, when I get to the market next time, I will point to each and every one of them so that you can see how the breed are and how bigger they are to each other. You can start up the ram farming too. It is profitable. People will come to you to buy, even when they want to do any anniversary or any celebration. If they needed something small, something like ram, they will come for you to get it if you have much of it. And if yours is goat farming is profitable too. Before, I can't even buy that goat for 15,000 naira. And lastly, even if they want to sell it to farm, to buy it at a high price, it shouldn't be more than 17,000 naira. But I bought that goat, both of it, let me say the bigger one for 23 and the smaller one for 22,000 naira. That is to tell you that all this business have much profit. They have huge profit. You can go into it. And whenever time you want to go into this goat business too, please choose the right breed. Most especially, don't go for the one of African dwarf. It is not that good. It is not that profitable. The money they will buy it won't be up to the money they may buy all this brown or red chocolate. The breed of the goats that I bought, remember I told you I saw bigger ones there, that if you feed them to that level, they will still grow and become big, so you can get a better breed. All these brown goats are good, and they are very, very profitable in nature. So you can buy all this one too and keep them in your farm, and they will actually bring more profit to your farming. So like I told you, my experience is about the transportation, the high cost of this thing, and their feeding plus their health. So those are my experience, and I'll tell you how to feed them, how you can easily feed them to their own satisfaction and to keep them healthy. And I actually told you how you can do business, do goat business and ram business, and how to market them. All this business, these two business, their market is flowing well in Nigeria. People will buy it. Even when I was taking the goats, people were saying this goat is not more than 15,000 naira. I laugh, because they don't know how it is. This goat business is very, very good in Nigeria, and the market is valuable. So the people are buying goats, people are buying it very well. So if you go into it, you will still make money inside it. So don't forget, I am your farm captain, your young farmer. I am Simeon O. James. Don't forget, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our video. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to drop a comment.